Welcome back. We are answering more of your questions with Lachelle Yates from the Better Business Bureau. You can text those questions to the number that actually is at the bottom of your screen now, 336-379-5775. Remember, this is a text-only line. Do not call those questions in. And Lachelle, we are just a few days out from the election, but it is already in full swing. People are getting text messages, calls, political messages to their phones. So do you know anything about scams connected to those calls?
Yes, there are scammers out there that are having pre-recorded messages come to your phone, and they may sound exactly like your candidate, and the message goes on to say that your candidate, the other one, has been raising a lot of money, so if you want your candidate elected, you need to donate now. And if you say yes, then you're transferred to a live person who asks you for your credit card information. Of course, that money is not really going to the campaign. They are scammers. So you've given them your credit card information and possibly other information that could be used to steal your identity.
That's so frustrating. Once again, so if you do want to donate to a political candidate, what's your best advice to making sure the money actually goes to their campaign?
I would go online and search for that candidate. Now, again, this is an area where scammers could get us too. They could make fake sites. We haven't heard about that, but I think you need to be aware of that. So go online, do a Google search, and that should help you get to your candidate that you want to donate money to.
And on this same wavelength here, someone just texted in, is it true that these campaigns can text you as much as they want as long as someone is physically typing out the text message to your number instead of using an automated or a robot service?
Actually, the FCC says that political campaigns can text and use robocalls to you. They are exempt from the rules.
Oh, goody. That sounds great. And they can continue to send that election day mail as well, I'm sure. Someone writes in, does it cost anything to get your number added to the do not call list?
It does not. That is free. Now, be aware, the do not call registry is not going to keep scammers from calling you, but it is good to go ahead and get on that list so that you narrow down the number of legitimate businesses that are calling you so you can sort of suss out who's real and who's not.
Lachelle, I love this question. Someone said, do scammers ever get busted for what they do? I feel like they shift their tricky ways so often, and that would make it tough to track them down.
They do. The FTC has been really aggressive with, for one thing, with price gouging this time around with the pandemic, but there's also a lot of other the IRS calls that you get, they bust networks of those people. So it really does pay to alert the FTC and alert us when you get one of these scam calls, because they come to us a lot of times to see what else are we getting and add it to their list. And the more people that complain, the more likely they are to go after that particular scammer or scammers.
And that ties into another question someone asked. If I get a call or an email that looks suspicious, should I report that to the BBB or should I report it to a state agency?
So we would definitely ask you to report it to us and just send it to info@bbbtrust.org. Also, if phone calls, you're supposed to send those to the FTC. There is another government agency called ic3.gov, and they take information about all kinds of scams. But you can definitely send it to us. If you need to reach out to us on social media instead of doing it by email, we're just out at BBB Trust. We're easy to find, and we're glad to help. Also, if you have a question about a phone call that you've gotten, don't hesitate to hang up and say, let me call you back, and then call us and we'll help you, or email us and we'll help you figure out if it's legitimate or not.
A lot of robocall questions this evening, Lachelle. Someone asked, is it safe to block and delete a robocall number, and will that stop the calls that they're getting from the number?
It should stop the calls that they're getting from that particular number. If it's a scammer, chances are they're just going to pick another number and maybe keep trying to call you. That's the unfortunate thing. But yeah, block as many as you can.
All right, Lachelle, thank you so much. Always great to see you and have you explain some more of these scams and information from the BBB. We know we talked about a lot today. If you missed some of it, don't worry. You can find it all again on our website. We'll be posting this full interview in the Who Wants to Know section as soon as we can.